Hey guys, what's up? Norm James here, battling the weather, battling an ear infection. TMI, I know, but the beat goes on. We're all close, right, TLC OGs? Happy V-Day, by the way. Happy Valentine's Day, happy VGK Day, and of course, happy Vanguard Day. Thank you so much to Vanguard Northeast Realty for sponsoring this podcast. Let's catch up with Mike right now and do some Leafs Golden Knights pregame. Enjoy. And here he is, the one and only, my podcast partner in crime, Mike Augello. Good morning, Michael, and happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, thanks, Norman. I love this holiday. It just reminds me that I'm single.
You're not single. You have thousands and thousands and thousands of hockey companions through your writings on hockeybuzz.com and all of your loyal TLC OGs on the Leafs Convo. Mike, I have no answer for that. Sorry, I'm trying.
It's okay. It's the truth. It's the truth. So,
Michael, we'll work on that. So the Maple Leafs going into Las Vegas to take on the Golden Knights, who have had an interesting season. A bit of a hangover after their Stanley Cup final appearance last spring, and then they got hot, got themselves back into a good position, and then they've cooled off a little bit. So, what should the Maple Leafs expect when they tangle with the Golden Knights tonight?
well, they should expect to face one of the best goaltenders in the league in Marc-Andre Fleury. I mean, this is a team that does have, top forwards like Marchessault and Paul Stastny, who they got via free agency, and Max Pacioretty, who they got via trade. They're not unbeatable, but they really do. I think the Leafs have to play similarly to what they played in Denver on Tuesday, but they won't have the benefit of playing a team that had such bad special teams as the Avalanche. I think the Avalanche went into that game as like 29th or 30th in the penalty kill, and that allowed the Leafs to score 3 power play goals, which was welcome. But I think that almost equaled the number of power play goals they had scored since Christmas. That was, I think, a factor of the fact they were playing against such a bad penalty kill. They're going to need their power play to produce tonight.
I mentioned on the last podcast that the Leafs had an opportunity to go into Denver, take on a team that had not been playing very well, so was vulnerable, work on some things, and they did that, scoring power play goals like they had to start the season, perhaps rekindling some of the magic. It's safe to say that against VGK, the Leafs aren't necessarily going to have the time and space to work on things and go through sort of a impromptu training during a game. They're going to have to take what they learned in Colorado and put it into practice in Vegas.
Yes, and it'll be curious to see whether Mike Babcock sticks with the mix of the defensive pairings that he went to in sort of the second half of the game in Denver. I mean, I know that they practiced in Vegas yesterday, and they had Ron Hainsey back with Morgan Riley, and they had Jake Muzzin playing the left side with Nikita Zaitsev at the practice, and that means Gardner with Zaitsev, or Gardner with Travis Dermott. So that means that after a couple weeks, Babcock was not comfortable with Riley playing on the right side. He said he wanted to put him on the left side where he was more comfortable. What it appears that they have done with the trade is they've strengthened the left side. They've made their defense with the addition of Muzzin, but Muzzin's not playing the right side right now. And Travis Dermott's going to play the right side on the bottom pairing if they stick with these combinations. And they've kept Ron Hainsey at up top.
It's interesting. The head coach, I think, wants to spread everybody as not as thin as possible, but he wants to make sure that everybody's pulling their weight, even guys who were pulling too much weight before reinforcements came in. I still think this is a byproduct of having an incomplete defense. Sure, you have enough guys to fill the roles, but are they filling the roles adequately? And do you have enough top talent to bolster a unit that certainly needs strengthened and take a run at unseating the Tampa Bay Lightning as what we believe will be the Eastern Conference champions? Time will tell. Michael, any rumblings on trade possibilities, trade talks? Do you have any sense of what might be coming down the pike between now and February 25th?
Well, there was an interesting note from Elliot Friedman in his 31 Thoughts yesterday, and it's ironic because a couple of months ago when I was looking at like depth veteran forwards that might be available, the name of Kyle Clifford came up.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one that I said, okay, it makes sense. The Kings are bad. You know, he's got a year left after this year on contract at a reasonable amount, $1.6 million. Friedman indicated that Dubas, when he was talking to the Kings about Jake Muzzin, was also had inquired about Kyle Clifford, and there was some connection between Clifford and his agency and the agency that Dubas used to work for. Everything sounds to be connected to Carolina, as we've talked about before. They could be involved in talks about Michael Furlan, but I don't think they're going to spend significant assets to get a guy who's mental.
Michael, I like goals. I like trades. I like wins. I like turtles. I have no clue what that means. Happy Valentine's Day, buddy. Have a great one. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Norman.
The Leafs Convo is brought to you by Vanguard Northeast Realty. With over 15 years' experience, Vanguard provides superior level of service for commercial real estate tenants and owners. For more information, visit vanguardne.ca.